All right. Alrighty. Let's start. Let's start just a little differently than we normally start. We're going to rub our hands together and just taking our hands and just cupping our eyes for a second. I know it's the morning here, although this is a great thing to do in the afternoon or in the night, but just cupping your eyes, closing your eyes. And in this position with your eyes closed and your hands cupped, really small, little gentle turning of your head from side to side. I know you can't see me, but it's like you're looking at the horizon, but your eyes are closed. So or saying no. It could be like you're just saying no. And letting your neck and shoulders relax and letting your eyes be really soft in there. And then come back and just nod yes. So your whole head going up and down, but your eyes are covered and closed and you're just saying yes. Nodding your head up and down. And then coming back and then just tilting your head from side to side. So a little easy tilt side to side. Hands are covering your eyes very relaxed. You can peek anytime you need to see what I'm doing. And then come back into center and release hands off your eyes. And then just the same thing, easy, gentle side to side with your eyes open, taking in the surroundings. And then nodding up and down, eyes really relaxed, jaw relaxed. And then tilting from side to side. And imagining as we're doing this, that we're taking those little round balls of eyes and just letting the hydration, letting the fluid in our eyes move around, sort of fluffing up our eyeball. And then coming to standing and breathing. Inhale, open, stretch out and up, and exhale, feel the space around you. Inhale, stretch and open, and exhale, let it go. Inhale, arching, looking up, chest, lungs, heart opening. Exhale, bending your knees, rounding your spine. Trying to get a little bigger with that. So inhale, lift up. Exhale, bend your knees. Let your head drop down, relaxing your neck. Inhale, sweeping the arms out and up. Open chest, lungs, and heart. Exhale, softening your spine, round, bend your knees. We're not going for a huge stretch. We're just moving the tissue. Inhale, reach out and up. Exhale, radiating away from center, opening up, letting go. 2 more, inhale. Lift, arch, and open. Exhale, drop it down, relax your neck. If it hurts too much to go low, just stay vertical on this and be in the space. Always listen to your own body. Last one, we're going to take it down. Knees are bent and feet open wide, shifting from side to side. Bend one knee, bend the other, bend them both. Free up your head-tail connection, or from imagining your sit bones up there, just shining lights out, either in the back space or on the ceiling. Sit bone light shining as one does. And then come in, bend your knees, roll it all the way up to the top. We're going to open up into an X, internally rotate arms and legs, externally rotate arms and legs, rounding the spine, curling, arching and opening. Exhale, hollow and curl. Inhale, open it up. Exhale, inhale, so it looks like this from the side, turning in. You could just do your arms turning in and out, but I think it's great to get the tissue in our legs also. Rounding your spine, arching and opening. It doesn't have to be huge. Curling, arching, curling, and arching, and coming in, circles with the shoulders. And I'm bending my knees and straightening my legs as my shoulders go up. Breathing. And change direction, up and over. And then coming in, and again, just tilting your head, but let your arm drop down, come up, and then the other way, really gentle. And then let's take our arms up over our head, interlace your fingers, feet wide, side stretch. Doesn't have to be your biggest stretch, just tissue prep, getting the body going, not going for your biggest stretch, but getting movement and reaching out into your kinesphere so that your realm of movement gets bigger. And then let's leave the arms up there and circle the pelvis. Circling the pelvis in one direction. Let that move through your feet, feeling the weight shifting around. Knees, calves, shins, hips. Change direction, other way. Arms are reaching up. Change direction again and see if you can circle your pelvis and your arms, whatever that means to you. It might be like, feel like some kind of weird coordination exercise. Don't think about it, just think, or don't get too heady, but move your arms and pelvis in a circle in one direction, then change it other way. And if you feel like being really particular about it, change which finger is in front, up and top. So it might feel weird, but try it out with changing the fingers. And then come in and we'll just do gentle twists from side to side. Instead of working harder, working easier, working with more intelligence in your movement. Yeah, sometimes I consider the fact that some exercise forms, mostly more Eastern exercise forms, are designed to give you energy, and mostly Western ones are designed to burn energy, right? To burn calories. I'm not like a calorie counter person. I'm like, eat healthy, eat food that is actually food, try not to have too much sugar or alcohol or crappy stuff. Just don't have dessert. Don't worry about counting calories. Have the amount of food that you need to have to feel okay in your body. Let's take it down. And also think about movement as a way of generating energy, not just spending energy. Let's take it down to the floor. And knee drop from side to side. So as I'm laying here on the floor, I'm thinking about really spreading out across the width. So my arms are really opening, and I'm also massaging out my back. Knees opening and closing. So I'm getting the tissue in my legs and in my torso to have this nice, and my spine, spiral going on, but I'm also feeling this stretch out to the sides with my arms. So I'm actively reaching. Not super active, but just a little bit of reach in there inside my body. We could think that we're stretching out with our nervous system, right? Nerves and fascia radiating away from center. And then just relax into the floor with the nerves and the fascia. Like nerves are routed through our fascia. Like our fascia is like the organ of form in our body. Our nerves are moving through that. And some places there should be like gliding surfaces, and some places they're going to be more anchored, but we want movement, right? When I'm moving my arms, I'm moving my nerves and my fascia. And it hurts if you overstretch a nerve. Like it takes a long time to heal. It takes longer to heal when you've overstretched nerves than regular fascia or muscles. So, but having said that, that's my experience. Maybe it's different for other people. The only place I really have experienced overstretching my nerves was in my lower back. And that did not feel very good. And it lasted a few months of like, oh, this hurts. What is going on? And I'm like, oh, I overstretched it. I wasn't warm enough when I stretched. And the nerves got unhappy. I don't know, I'm talking about that. Maybe it's something you need to know. Let's come into with weights, if possible. If you have weights, you're going to internally rotate your legs. Feet are open, sort of wider than your hips. Knees are turned in, toes are turned in, circling the weights around your body. Inhale, open. Exhale as you come up. I mean, it's happened more than once that I've done that too. And so I'm like familiar with the feeling. And then change direction the other way, but not a lot. It's just happened a few times. And for me, it felt like kind of a continual, not super intense pain, but regular pain that didn't seem to get worse with any action or better with any action. Like it was like, oh, this is just this thing. But if I tried to stretch, I would feel it more. So it does get worse actually a little bit. Here's the pea pod with her beautiful little body. All right, take your weights into your hands. You're just going to press up over your head, bend your elbows, take it down, take it in, press up over your head, bend your elbows, take it down, bring it in to the ceiling. Arms over your head, bend your elbows, take it down, bend your elbows straight out in front of you, arms over your head, bend your elbows, take it down, take it up through the ceiling, over your head, bend your elbows to go down and up through the ceiling, over your head, bending through. So as we're bending through here, like we're doing long arm extensions as we go up and over our head, right? That's long, but then bending to come through. We want that movement also through our joints. Sometimes as I get older, I notice that my elbows or my knees can get kind of unhappy if I am in stillness too long or bent for too long. So I find that doing these kind of light weights but weighted exercises where I'm getting the tissue to do some different things is really helpful. Changing it, we're going to open up, bend it in, open out, come in front of you, open out. I have 3-pound weights. I wouldn't recommend using more than that unless you do a lot of weights. So if you're already kind of strong and beefy, then a 4 or a 5 is okay. Or if you're a dude and you have naturally more strength because you do stuff, or a woman, either way. But lighter weights just for this, because it's not so much about working the muscles as the elasticity of the tissue, the nerves being happy in there, the joints getting some hydration, and the bones getting some work in different relationships to gravity. But it's not like, oh, we're trying to get the burn and move our muscles a whole bunch. We're trying to just keep the movement in our bodies and keep it accessible and easy. So that is what I'm trying to do with these movements, not be like, I'm going to build my muscles a whole lot. All right, from there, internally and externally rotate, arms up over in front of your face, don't drop your weights. Let your shoulder blades really move up and down. So my scapula on my back is kind of doing what my hand is doing. Maybe not quite so much, but I'm getting that. And I can let my elbows bend to take it down more. And letting this massage out the muscles and tissue under your scapula, between your scapula and your ribs, and maybe the stuff on the outside as well. All right, let's get rid of the weights. Yeah, so I was doing a lot of lower body stuff with the calf and your back for the past few sessions. So this is going to be a little bit more upper body, but we'll do all of it. So let's take the hands up, interlace your fingers. You're going to make circles with your wrists, circling around. And then the other way, circle the other way. And then release it, change to your non-dominant fingers in front, circles again. Getting the tissue in your wrist and forearm to move. Mine's changed more to a figure 8. Change direction. Oh, how do you do that? Doing the figure 8 is kind of weird, but so the circles are cool. But if you really want to get that movement in your wrists, try a figure 8. So it's like circling down and out, down and out. And then if I change it, I'm going up and out. Good. Release that, let it go. Open up. Let's do big circles with our arms. Stretch your legs down below you. Reach out through the heels. Arms overhead as if you're putting on a shirt. Inhale, open. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, changing direction. arms like you're taking off a shirt. Open, exhale up, inhale down. And then come bending your knees, bring them up and spiraling head away from your legs. If that feels good. If your back is hurting, turn your head in the same direction. I'm going slower today. So I went to a contact improv class yesterday, and it's always a little bit hard to completely protect yourself in there. And also, yeah, like I am a rough and tumbler. I like to like have some physicality. So now coming back, I have like a couple of little bruises here and there, and I feel like I might have done something weird to my eye. And I'm like, how did I do that? Did I take too much weight from someone else? Or did I get thrown around too much? I mean, because I do the pole work and I'm upside down in all sorts of positions, I do not think that it's from being thrown around. But I did have some fairly large people draping over me. I mean, like tall, huge dudes. And there's one reason why I don't often go to contact improv, because you have different skill levels in there. And yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. But anyway, I'm like, oh, I have to remember that I am 54 and I want to be moving for the rest of my life. And maybe sometimes the things that are fun have to be a little bit curtailed. Elbow to knee, coming up and stretch it out. Exhale up, inhale open. Exhale, inhale. Having said that, also, like I didn't have my own warm up beforehand. So a lot of times when I take other people's classes or I do other things, I like to do those on days when I have done my own class. So my body's more ready for that. There was sort of a warm up, but it's not as whole body as my warm up. Or it's not, I mean, obviously this is made for what my body needs. Okay, let's do opposite arm to leg with a long straight leg. So coming up, I'm going to leave my head on the floor. Good, and then we're going to change it. We're going to go elbow to knee and then straighten out and then open it up. Elbow to knee, mid-limb initiation, touch to the distal edge, open it up. Elbow to knee, touch and open. Elbow to knee. Maybe you can't quite touch that foot. That's okay. Elbow to knee, touch, reach it out. Elbow to knee, touch, radiate away from center. Really deliberately opening out into that diagonal line across your body. Last one. Open it up. And from this position, we're going to do something that we don't do very often. You're going to open your arms right out to the side. You're going to bend both knees towards one elbow and then slide them out. If you had like a floor without carpeting or a mat, this would be better. But we're going to do it anyway. Knees towards your elbow and then slide it out. Open to the X. Knees towards your elbow, slide it out. Massage out your butt. Knees towards your elbow. You can look in that direction, slide it out. So it's like a lower body pulling in as if you're going to go into a fetus position on your side with just your knees. All right, we're going to add the upper body to that. So the lower body is just going to come in. The upper body is going to circle over your head, pull it into a ball. And then upper body's going to open, lower body's going to open. We're going to take this just out to the side. So it's a little different than regular X stuff, but just a little different. Knees are going to move towards your elbow. The upper body, upper arm goes over your head. Pull it into a fetus position. Upper body opens up. Legs slide back out into that wide position. Knees drawing in. Upper body around and in. open it out, flat onto the floor. Knees to your elbow, around and in. Slide, trying to keep your legs and feet on the floor, not your legs, your feet on the floor the whole time. So my feet are on the floor, on the floor, on the floor, folding around into a ball. And then they are on the floor, and opening it back out. Feet, knees, elbows drawing towards each other and open up. I feel like I am, as I roll on the carpeting in here off of my mat, I'm like, I do vacuum pretty regularly, but there's a dust factor that's just inherent in having a carpet. Anyway, let's take it onto your side, roll onto your side and just open, 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 and close. Mashing out your back, massaging through your sacrum, massaging through the space between your shoulder blades. The lower, you can leave your knees bent here also. So it's really up to you how much you want to open up. Yeah, just a slightly, I think a slightly more gentle version of my class. However, might be different for you. We're going to open, pull it into a ball, and then your top arm and leg are going to reach out and away, come back in, roll onto your back, open, 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 pull it into a ball, top arm and leg stretch away from each other, coming in and open up. So let's just say that the theme of the day is like your eyeballs, your nervous system, opening it up. Yeah, our eyeballs are the one part of our brain that is outside of our cranium. Reach. And what we're trying to do is like open up nerves radiating out inside of the fascia, giving us lots of capacity for movement. Coming in, a side versus side pattern, and then an upper versus lower pattern, even though it's just the bottom, the top half that's working. Open, close, open, close, reach, and open. And this we can also say, we're not trying to get any massive burn. We're massaging things out and we're opening up. We're going for expansion here. This is our last one. And come in. Let's take our hands, rub them together again. And one more time, hands cupping your eyes, just relaxing into the floor. Feeling into the back space of your eyeball. So like you're laying down now, so your eyes closed, so it doesn't need to bulge out. Let it just nestle into your head. Nestling into the space in your head, and then very gently, without turning your head, just let your eyes gently go from side to side. So my head is staying stable. My eyes are closed, so I'm just doing a little side to side movement. And then, without moving my head again, my eyes moving, doing some up and down movement. Very gentle, not your biggest range of motion. Then you're going to do like a diagonal high right, high left, low right, low left. High right, high left, low right, low left. And I notice that as I'm doing this, I want to kind of open my eyes so it feels easier. And then change direction. High left, high right, low left. High left, high right, low left. High left, high right, low right, low left. That's enough. Let it go. Relax. Now just keep your hands over your eyes and gently turn your head from side to side, just a little, doesn't be a big turn. Relax your jaw. Take a big breath in. And on the exhale, make a humming sound like feeling that vibration in your head, in your throat. Inhale one more time and make the hum sound. Try to inhale through your nose and then hum out through your, well, with your mouth closed. That could be a longer exploration, really somatic exploration, but we're in exercise class, not somatic inquiry. So let's open back up and let's roll over onto our hands and knees. Coming up onto hands and knees. cat-cow, arch and curl. Yeah, I did feel like something in back to the like I feel like I probably need to take a trip to the chiropractor and just get readjusted after bearing other people's weight. Other people are like, why would you ever want to do that? I'm like, well, it's really fun. It's really fun to do contact improv. Opposite arms leg. Out, in, out, switch. Out, in, out, out, in, out. And you know, like I could have not danced with those people, but you got to take a risk sometimes. And that's how you learn about things too, right? When I get a little bit injured, I'm like, oh, what am I going to do now? How do I heal this? How do I work with my body? And it's like a learning experience. Out, in, out, out, in, out. A learning opportunity. We're going to change it. Arm and leg reach out, take them to the diagonal, bring it back, get really long, and bring it in. Reach out, take it to the diagonal, extend, and come in. Up, to the side, bring it back. Down, up, to the side, bring it back. Down, up, to the side. Reach, lower, up, to the side. Reach, lower, up, to the side. Reach long. Last one, up, diagonal, bring it in, and come down. We're going to take it to forearms and legs, forearms and knees. Interlace your hands, arch and curl here. Close your eyes and feel your eyeball in your head as you're moving slowly in your cat-cow. Right. When I'm upside down, when my head is in that curled position, the water in my body can really go down toward the floor. So one reason why inversions or having your head upside down or moving more can be good for you is it just demands that the tissue receive the water in it in a different way, right? Which gives it more elasticity ultimately. Let's take it into a forearm plank. One knee to the floor parallel, going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're just going to do it in 8s, crossing under 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Knee to your shoulder. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Take it down to the floor. Relax and melt. Check out the floor life. Wag your tail, free up your spine. Bend your knees, let your legs fall from side to side, massaging out your quads. And then you can do a big circle. And change direction. So being in a room with other people moving in sort of a meditative awareness-based way or even not that meditative awareness-based, like it could just be a yoga class or a Pilates class or a dance class. And it's really healthy for my nervous system to be moving with other people in the same room. It's cool on Zoom, it's cool on the YouTubes, but the being in the room is a lot more powerful. Opposite arm to leg. Lift it up. Let's just paddle regular Pilates swimming. Breathing. You can inhale for 4, exhale for 4, or do the pumping breath, big sniff and strong exhale. Inhale the whole thing up. and release. Press all the way up, round your spine. Take it into a child's pose. Soften and melt. Let go. Surrender Dorothy. Or surrender whoever you are. But surrender in a way that feels good. Not like, oh no, I had to surrender, I had to give up. But surrender because you're just willing to let go and it feels good. Nothing to hold on to. Breathing into your body. And then let's take it forward again. Elbows to the floor. One leg out behind you, kicking the ceiling. Going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other side. 1. Long back. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Coming in, up onto your hands and knees, leg out behind you. This is gonna be a little less satisfying because now that your body's tired, your leg won't go up. But we'll do 10 more. 1, 2, maybe it's not. 3, maybe it is equally satisfying. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Curl your toes under, take it into a plank, touching your shoulder. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Push it into a downward dog. Bending through your knees. And walk it in to stand on your legs. If it feels okay, we have done some hamstring work. I'm just gonna bend and straighten a few times there. Gentle and easy. I'm shifting my weight forward and then I'm shifting it back. And I'm just doing that because that feels interesting to the ball of my foot and then to my heel. And then let's roll it all the way up, coming all the way up to standing. And we are going to do, oops, damn it. This, I'm having the issue with my camera. Hold on 1 second. Bear with me. Or there, change channels. Oh no, it's done it again. There we go. Oh my God. You can see the dance that's happening. That is my camera understanding the world. Now it's gone. We'll just go to regular FaceTime for a regular camera for a second. You can see the quality of my regular camera, which is much worse. We're going to stand up, arms out to the sides, circles, flex through the heels of the hands. Feel tall and long in your whole body. Change direction. Wings of the lungs. Then let's do internal rotation, external rotation, internal rotation, external rotation, like you're riding the wave. Internal, external. In what way? I don't know. Internal, external. Internal rotation, external rotation, internal rotation, external rotation. Still trying to get my camera back. It's not working. External, last one. Internal and external. Taking your arms out to the side, you're going to pick up a leg, reach it out, flex, point, fold it in and down. Other one, up, out, flex, point, in and down. Up, out, flex, point, in, down. Up, out, flex, point, in, down. Up, extend, flex, point, in, down. We did all that stuff in the back space. Now we're moving into the front space. Last one. Up, out, flex, point, in, down, and then the other side. Up, out, flex, point, in, and down. Yeah, I don't know if this is the fault of my camera or the device that goes, because I have one of those computers that is in the time where they didn't have a regular USB port. Thank you, Mac, for making that. All right, let's do some, I'm just going to be standing with my head out of frame, circles with your hips. Circle one direction, circle the other direction. So it's basically a figure eight. So when I say circle, I mean circle one side, circle the other side. And change direction. Good. And then shoulders, opening your arms out. You're going to internally rotate, open, internally rotate, open, internally rotate, internally rotate, internally rotate, and then just let it go back and forth, right? One and then the other. Welcome to jazz class, everybody. Here we go. We'll be walking forward with this. But this stuff is great for your neck, shoulders, and arms. That tissue getting that spiraling in that internal and external rotation. And let's take it back down to the floor. Nope, camera is not coming back online. Oh, well. Doing this is like an exercise in patience and okay, that's what's happening. We're just going to deal with it as is. But hopefully, if you made it this far, you're not watching me that much. You're doing your own thing. Let's take it down to the floor. Inhale. Arms up over your head. Exhale, press your pelvis up, hands come down. Inhale, arms up over your head. Face the palms towards each other. Exhale, press your pelvis up. Inhale, face your palms towards the floor. Exhale, now they're facing the ceiling. Inhale, and then spiral them all the way out. Press up and come down. Hands the normal way. Push up and down. Palms facing each other. Push up, come down. Palms facing the floor up here. Push up and come down. Spiral them all the way out. Press up and come down. One more time. Hands the normal way. Push and lower. Palms facing each other. Push and lower. Palms facing the floor up here. Push and lower. Spiral them all the way out. Press. Stay up there. Release your hands. Circles with your hips. More hamstring work. Let this massage through your shoulders. Relax. Tension in your upper back and neck. Change direction. Other way. And come in and roll it down. And let's take a happy baby pose. Oh, nice little pop in my hip. Open up. Breathe into it. Find some happiness in your baby. It is your happy baby pose. Oh, camera is still totally not coming on. It did for a second. And then no more. Good. Wiggling around. Happy babies that are happy babies. I'm still playing with it. Nope, it is not going to come on. All right, I just need to give it up. Give it up, give it up, give it up. All right, let's come onto our backs, which we already are, and cross right ankle over your left knee. This is very gentle. Spiral with your lower body. Rolling one way and then the other. The bottom foot is on the floor. Massaging across your lower back and this part of your hips. I feel like this is a great exercise when my lower back is tight, when my hips are tight, but I don't have any issues with twisting. So if you have issues with twisting and this is too much, just pull it in and hang out there. I know I have a lot of people out there that have twisting things where it hurts to twist. So you don't want to force it. You want to get some twisting movement in your body, but gentle. Now let's take it up, pull it in, breathe into it. If you want to straighten the bottom leg, go for it. Breathe. And then release it, shake out both legs, jiggle, let it go, switch it to the other side. And again, just falling from side to side. Really relaxed and easy in your body. But also you're not just throwing it down, like this is, it's falling, but there's control and gentleness in your movement. I just wish people were taught more in school, like the subtlety of movement and an appreciation for like
down-regulating the nervous system or up-regulating the nervous system. We're just being in a body and the many ways that we can do that. And then come into center and bring it in. If we were taught more about movement, possibilities of movement, different ways of moving, there's so many great systems, but alone, often systems don't have enough variety. So like if we do yoga, it's a lot of stillness poses. Maybe you're moving through things, but there's no jumping or bouncing, right? If we do Pilates and it's sort of classical, whatever, what's her name? Ramona Pilates, which is not classical Pilates because he did a million exercises. But again, it's going to be like very core oriented. And what even is our core? Like sometimes people think it's your abs, or your central channel. What is it? I think of the core as being the whole torso and sort of the center of the whole torso. Let's just take it onto our sides. We're going to lift up and then take it back down. Coming up, taking it back down, head and feet up, and take it down. And one more, head and feet up, and just roll it over to the other side. How's that roll? Coming up and reach it out. Coming up and reach it out. Coming up. Like people that just exercise, like running or biking, might want to have more spiraling movement in their lives, more stretching. But we want to stretch when we're actually warm already. We don't want to start with our big stretches because then the muscles don't have the blood in them or the tissue isn't lubricated and hydrated, and suddenly it's like, oh, tear, uncomfortable, especially as we get older. So tissue prep being, let's move easily and gently for a while before we do our more intense stuff, and then let's do the stretching after we've got the blood really flowing through our body, after we've got the fluids moving. All right, let's roll back and forth, rounding through your spine. If it feels good to take it into a plow, take it into a plow. And what is a stretch for you might be very different than a stretch for me, right? So we want to start to learn where we're open, where we're tighter. And then also note that every day is a different day in your body. So really deeply listening. Let's take it into a forward fold, feet wide, shifting from side to side. So starting to appreciate like the subtlety within our body. It's not an object separate from ourselves. It is us. We're going to be in our body for the rest of our life. We've been in it for our whole life. It's not going somewhere else. We aren't suddenly going to be brains in bottles. I mean, we might, but then we're going to be missing out on like the embodied part of our experience. And so much of what we're feeling and our experience of being in the world is through our body. It's not happening somewhere else. That's my lecture. Inhale, open, stretch out and up. Exhale, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. Let go. Get some bouncy resilience in your tissues. Shaking is great to release tension. Inhale, open. And to free up flow. And also to get fluids moving, right? If we're holding, if we're bracing, if we're armoring, we're locking out our experience in a lot of ways. So if we want to be more present in the world, less tension is going to be helpful. And one more time, inhale. Easy and loose, just feeling the space. I said one more time, but let's do two with really light, easy, filling up, expanding, getting bigger, and then gentle release back down with the arms. Last one like that. Inhale, heart, lungs, opening. Oh, I can see one of my cats likes to attack the plants. And there's some flowers on the table. I'm like, oh, there's a flower over there on the floor that somebody did some flower arrangement for me. All right, if you have made it through, I see there is a person watching. Bravo, nice to see you. Please like, subscribe, do all the things, share it with anyone you think might benefit from thinking differently about being in a body, which is everyone. Although it's not really for everyone, that's for sure.